It's the little things.
DU doesn't have these problems.
Ours are bigger.
Every place does.
Yeah.
If you got more than one person, you got a problem sometime or another.
Even work with one person, just how good.
My dad used to say that about kids. If you got one kid, you got a whole kid. If you got 2 kids, you got about 1.5 kids. You got 3 kids, you ain't got nothing worth the shit.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Boom! And welcome to the Big Honker Podcast, brought to you by Ducks Unlimited. I'm Jeff Stanfield with the world-famous Andy Shaver from the chilly confines of Studio A.
It is chilly in
You
here.
cold, Jimbo?
Freezing.
It is not that way outside.
Not outside.
No, it's hot. Somebody's outside. With us today from the crime capital of the United States.
Wrong.
Not anymore.
Memphis, Tennessee, Mr. Jimbo Robinson. What do you mean it's not crime capital of the USA anymore?
We're safe.
So has the National Guard made that much difference?
Oh, absolutely.
So you can tell the difference then.
100%.
Yeah. So everybody on TV that bitches about it, every place that it's been, they've said it's been a big deal. If you can get people on the street to tell you.
I mean, I don't know that it's all the National Guard, but I mean, they're a huge help.
Well,
I think the
presence
focus on
changes
crime.
it.
Yeah.
That changes stuff.
I mean, I've got people. I told Andy last night that you can go downtown now to Beale Street, and like I felt safe on Beale Street anyways during the day, but you can go down there right now, do whatever you want. I mean, walk and.
That's good though. I mean,
it's awesome.
It's hard to believe that we've got these cities, and every big city's got that little area that people would go to eat, drink, have a good time, and you can't go to because of all the crime. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's every city in America is that way.
It's interesting because the restaurants. I've heard that restaurants are complaining about the lack of business, but I don't. Maybe it's just certain restaurants because I don't understand how people are complaining about. Lack of business when more people are going downtown and more people are enjoying it.
Yeah, it's safer. I would think you'd want to go there and take your family.
Right.
I had a great time in Memphis. I don't know what Jeff gets all bent out of shape about. I thought it was a lovely city.
What did I not have a good time in Memphis?
No. Just about the unsafe and all this other stuff. Never felt anything but safe.
Is this true?
Of course it's
You've
true.
never felt unsafe
In Memphis?
in Memphis?
No. Felt great the whole time.
Okay.
Felt great the whole time.
Winning.
There's places you
It's a
can go.
great town.
Memphis is not very safe.
Well, yeah.
But every
city.
that's right. That's exactly what I
Yeah.
meant. Like when we went to the Shin after party deal at that place.
Lafayette's.
No,
Yes.
is that what it was?
Music room.
Okay, right there. It was only like what, a mile, probably 2 miles from our house where we stayed in the mid cities. I loved it.
You walked.
No.
No.
No, fuck no. I'd walk to a covered garage behind it,
Oh.
and I felt safe there.
Well, yeah.
But I mean, that was a nice place. That's a nice venue. The neighborhood we stayed at was safe.
You're just believing the narrative, Jeff.
No, I went the night before. We took a turn and we went down a neighborhood, and I didn't feel very safe.
You're just believing
But
the
that same
narrative.
thing could have been in South Oak Cliff, Detroit, or any big city. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're all that way. So, anyways, so that you do notice the National Guard has made their presence has made more crime. Has helped crime. That's a good deal. Then hope there's more of that. So, DU's here. We're on a hunt. We did this. You had the Big Ducks Expo this year. It was a huge success. The number one thing in the waterfowl industry right now. There's a waiting list, huge to get into it already. Right?
Yeah. So, what was interesting after it, Logan Nevins, who's out here with us, he did a tremendous job selling it out, and then as it spun, come back around. The first thing we heard was everybody wanted bigger booths, more space. And the team did an incredible job of kind of realigning and controlling what they could control. And we can't make the space there any bigger. So turned it on, rebooked, and had a few openings. We're able to open the doors to new vendors. Some people didn't come back. It didn't fit them. Odd ones. Right?
I don't understand that.
Just nobody that you can't really. Nobody that you would think, right? That was there that had a big show, but just certain companies said, "Hey, it just didn't fit what we were looking for in the show," and so they're not coming back. And Logan and the team were able to backfill that very quickly, and he has another waiting list of 56 already on it.
Somebody told me last week or the week before that's in the industry, and I cannot think of who it was, told me They didn't go this year. And they said, yeah, we're thinking real hard about going to Ducks next year. I said, you're not going to get a booth?
No.
Well, yeah, it's only November. I said, their booths are sold for next year. I said, they got a waiting list already. I go, you're not going to get in that unless you get lucky, probably ever, unless they expand somewhere. And I don't know how much expansion you could do. But it was a good show. The turnout was amazing. And I think it was a true symbol of Ducks Unlimited.
Yeah.
I really do.
It was everything I think that we thought it would be. The number of attendees was up way over what I predicted. And yeah, I mean, I can't. The cool was the media, the social media buzz around it. Just the only thing I can say I really had a hand in was kind of the Duck Den podcast deal. Really had a vision of cross producing, talked to Andy a bit about it, talked to some other big time podcasts in the industry, and said, I have this dream or this vision of having all these cross producing, and y'all come produce a show on set. We'll record it and then give you the episode, and we'll also have it live on YouTube the whole time, which was a huge fear of mine. Just anytime you go live on anything, kind of fear, but it turned out to be incredible. And we have huge plans for next year. We're going to build a stage for the podcast booth. The Duck Den's going to be up on the stage, and instead of trying to show the live YouTube like we did, which there was a delay in the TVs to where when people would sit down and watch it in the crowd or coming by, it was delayed. So, and you couldn't really hear what people were saying. And I think that took a little bit away from people would hang out for 10, 15 minutes just watching it and seeing people that were being interviewed. But I think that they would stayed and been more engaged depending on who was up there if they could have heard exactly what they were saying.
No, I can see where that would happen. That was a really cool venue, though. It worked out. When we first come in and we saw that, I was like, it's going to be loud and you ain't going to be able to hear nothing. And I was the opposite. It was good.
Yeah.
Well, they have a sound guy.
Chris Isaac.
He's very good.
World famous audio engineer.
Yep.
Yes.
Very good.
Stole that from Andy.
Yep, he is. Stranger Things, man. You got that feather in your hat. You've been doing something. Got Stranger Things.
Yeah, he's incredible.
He's an interesting cat.
And he's worked with a lot of people.
Yeah, he's been around. It's funny, he talked about actors that he dealt with and stuff. The most interesting person to me at DU, and y'all got really cool people, is the lady that was on with us. I can't think of her name right now.
Katie Burke.
Yeah, Katie, the museum curator.
Yeah.
She's a cool lady.
Oh, yeah.
What a cool job. Y'all got a hell of a team. I mean, it's just so many. Everybody there is just so interesting.
I talked to her before. She has a lot of. I mean, she goes to Easton, Maryland, obviously, with the history, decoys, all the carvers on the East Coast, and it's always fun to talk to her when she gets back of kind of things she saw. And
we're gonna have her on again. She's interesting.
That'd be really cool to talk to her about Easton. And what that looks like up there.
I have to get that done. I'm gonna tell you right now, Logan deserved a raise after that show.
Oh,
that
yeah.
boy worked his ass off. That was the most well put together show I have ever been to in my life. And they sold me when we pulled up and they said, your stuff will be at your booth. I've been doing hunting shows for 30 plus years. I ain't never been anywhere I didn't have to drag my shit to my booth.
So one of the things we give you a little street cred here. When you left, first time I met you and Tony was in Texas. Mm-hmm. When you left, we carried all your stuff to your truck for you. Y'all got out a little early. You must know somebody. And y'all bugged out early, carried your stuff to your truck. And when you looked back at me, you said, I just want you to know, of all the shows I've done, the customer service at this show is better than anything I've ever done. Mm-hmm. And I told Logan that. And Logan had heard that, too, and from his experience with, dealing with that show for 3 years, plus going to other shows and seeing kind of what they do and talking to everybody in the industry. He wanted to recreate that same style of customer service so that if you did, let's say you didn't have the business that we know some did, right? You're at least going to say, you know what?
Yeah.
I need to come back with better, maybe better products or better whatever. But my customer service and the attention that I got, made it where you leave on a really happy note.
Oh, it was.
And he did. Yeah. I mean, what most people don't know, except a few, is our CEO, Adam Putnam, Nick Wiley, Schusler, myself, Logan, Alex, their whole team of volunteers, our senior flyweight vice presidents, our two chairmen of the event, John Walker and James Cook. everybody was pushing boxes until 10:30 that night, Sunday night, pushing boxes and loading trailers to get everybody out in a timely manner.
Oh, it was incredible.
Dana Barton was in the. She was. When I left, I rode around to the back. She asked for bug spray. I rode around the back, and she's in the middle of Front Street, stopping traffic to let trailers and 18-wheelers pull in to pick up their booth space. And I mean, it was just an all-around incredible team effort to get everybody out.
Like I said, it was an amazing event. The customer service was incredible. They just done a great job. But you could really tell, and it'll show going forward. And I had nothing but compliments for it. It was a great event. But one of the other things that happened there is someone from DU that was either the president or the CEO went by every booth and thanked people.
I think they both did.
You don't see that nowhere else.
President Bob Spurl, current president, he's I would say he's a president of the people, the volunteers. He really represents our volunteer base. He's a volunteer, doesn't get paid. It's all on his own dollar, and he travels across the country all the time, going to events, going to different things that to speak on behalf of Ducks Unlimited or represent the Ducks Unlimited brand in whatever way he needs to. And he's big on thanking people and just appreciating what people do for DU. But as a volunteer, it speaks a lot about him, and all of our presidents have been that way. But he went around, I know, and I know Adam Putnam did too, because I heard a few people say, hey, It was really nice to have him. And he was on the floor. Adam stood at the door both days, all 3 days really. And when the doors opened, he was the first one to greet people as they walked in. And that's just how Adam is.
It's good organization. So you're up here for goose hunting for 3 days.
Yeah.
On the boss hunt. Andy, y'all was 3 groups today.
Yeah.
How'd y'all shoot today?
Shot?
We were number 3.
No, I'm talking about how'd you shoot. How was the shooters? I wasn't going to call you out.
I mean, did Andy set you up for this?
No. I
Well, there was this
I was
one
told by
goose.
somebody else.
There was this one goose, and he was right above me. And I shot 3 times, and I hit him all 3 times, so we have that on video. And he didn't fall. So somebody
with a dead eye shot him.
Somebody had to clean up my
killed him,
mess.
Andy?
Probably me.
You did.
Oh,
I
yeah.
shot it right in the head, Jeff.
Andy's not known as being a stellar shot.
Well, today
Today was the day.
I called the shot wanting to shoot it first. I wanted to I was going to steal it from Jimbo was my thinking, because Jimbo was next to me. It was Eric and then Jimbo. So I was like, I can just shoot this right out from him. Well, he's a little bit faster than me.
And most of the times our guides don't shoot.
Right.
So
yeah.
today was different though.
Today was different. Like it's all
I told him.
just
it's all
guys.
industry people, so it's like I'm gonna go have some fun today. So I was slow on the draw. It was my first time carrying a gun all waterfowl season, and he had 3 off, and I was like, motherfucker. And it didn't fall, and it's just hanging there.
It hovered.
It's not going left, right? It's not going forward. It's not going backwards. It's just maintaining. So I was like, all right.
So you slapped it then. What did y'all enjoy John the Greek? Had you met him before?
I had not. That is a pleasure. That is an honor. I don't know if it's a pleasure, honor, or what, but
For everybody listening to us, we've got a guy that. How old's John? He's got to be in his 70s.
I don't know. Ask him.
He's 70-year-old. Lives in L.A. He's a Greek immigrant, I guess. Come over here. He's pretty successful man, but he's hunted with us off and on. What year did you say you hunted the first?
It was in the 90s. I was like,
are all
12.
3 of them?
Yeah.
They've hunted with us for years. For
All
30
3 of
years.
They were awesome. They
Yeah.
were fun. I told some of the guys on the ride back, told Cam and the crew, I said, it would be fun to sit down and talk to them about, you told about the story earlier at lunch, but
But
just
the meese.
yeah, but just to hear their stories from traveling and hunting together.
Oh, you should hear the airport stories.
Oh,
John, they have to babysit John. He runs his mouth a lot.
The same way he talks in the field, he talks in the airport.
oh,
Yeah,
So,
loud.
Stupid motherfucker. And, yeah, like no filter. They used to bring a guy out, and he was a cut man for the UFC, or he was like a plastic surgeon.
He was a doctor, fight doctor.
Yeah, he was a fight doctor. So guys
Tyson
that get
fights, all the big fights. Not
guys that
just
get
UFC.
cut up. No, yeah,
Heavyweight
fighting.
fights.
Yeah, so he was a plastic surgeon. You get cut up in a fight, you go see him the next day. But he made his money. He was so successful. So if you have a car accident and you get glass in your face, it doesn't show up on X-ray. He was he figured out, however, he's just got a knack for it of taking glass out of people's face. And that's if you were in a car accident in Los Angeles or California and you need glass taken out of your face, he was a doctor that you would go to.
It was trademark, basically. He was the glass man.
The glass man. Because it doesn't show up, for whatever reason, I guess glass doesn't show up on an x-ray, so you don't know what to take out. He could find it.
But that's one of their running buddies. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to tell the story about the antelope hunting since everybody didn't know. So
was it antelope or mule deer?
They were antelope hunting, and they were in Wyoming. And John, now I want so people to picture this. John is Danny DeVito.
Yes.
He's 5'2" and he weighs 200 plus.
Yeah.
And he's bald headed and he's loud and has the same amount of hair Danny DeVito is.
Yep.
And Sam is African American.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman's a good answer. Really nice. Well, I don't even just very articulate. He's an attorney. Very good guy. And then brother Ron is more of the regular type guy of the deal, and he's a retired Ford exec. Great dudes. Anyway, Sam and Danny DeVito, John, are mule deer or antelope hunting, and they see an antelope up there, and John's on the binoculars, and Sam shoots, and Sam's a great shot, and Sam shoots. Boom! And John goes, "Meese," because he's got this little accent. "Meese." Sam just kind of shakes his head, can't believe it. And they drive down about another 2 miles. They see another antelope. Gets out. Boom! Meese! Sam's like, God dang, something's bad hit my gun. I never miss. They get to the third one. Same thing. Pulls up there. Boom! Meese! And then Ron and Dr. Glassman come pulling up, and there's like, well, that was a nice shot you made, Sam. He goes, what? See, yeah, we saw you shoot that one back there, a deal. He said, you just shoot another one too? He goes, what do you mean? He said, I've missed 3 times. He goes, huh? They're all 3 dead antelope, all 3 places, John. Well, I couldn't see very much that gun. But when a gun would go off, it'd make me blink my eyes. And he said, he said, I thought it run off. It just fell over dead. Meese.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said, I couldn't see him.
I couldn't see him.
The shots were so good.
Yeah. So he's been calling me you're either 100 or you're a 0 or below 0. Like you're just pond scum if things don't go right. So he has been calling me a stupid motherfucker since I was like 12 years old or 13.
Or the greatest guy in the
ever.
world.
Or the greatest ever. Nobody else could have done this today, Andy. You're the only one. Whatever you want to. Go ahead. He fill me with compliments more, John. But that's what, like, he's fun to hunt with. If it's good, he's great to hunt with. When it's bad, you gotta.
Did anybody ask him what today was like?
I think we all know.
I think he's getting older. I mean, I've shot in double digits just because everybody else had twice as me today. Don't matter.
I didn't know he were in double digits.
Yeah, he is.
I set the over and under at 12.5, and I took the over. Snacks took the under.
Well,
and
you
I
won.
was right.
He is. John is easy to get along with. He's funny. He just speaks his opinion. But me and him we were talking about World War II in here one time, and he said, because of Greece, we won World War II. I go, what? He goes, well, yeah, but if it wasn't for Greece, we would have never won World War II. I go, John, I don't remember any Greece at the Battle of the Bulge, any Greeks. And I said, I don't know if they weren't there. And I said, I damn sure don't remember any of them in the Bay of Tokyo when they signed the surrender, though. Let me tell you something, Jeff. Those Greek people, those farmers and ranchers, they had pitchforks. And when the Germans would jump out of the planes, they were stabbing them with pitchforks as they'd land with their parachutes. And he goes, that's why we won World War II. I was like, okay, then. That's it. But he got all worked up, boy, about the mother country. Woo.
I don't know what they teach over there.
He's living in Greece now.
Splits his time between Greece and L.A.
Yeah.
Which is weird because once upon a time, he said he was never going to go back. Which I'm sure he said he's never going to come back here a couple times after a few bad hunts. And we see him every year. So
can you imagine him being defiant to a police officer pulling him over?
He is, isn't he?
Oh,
they
horrible.
say he's terrible to get pulled over.
Why are you pulling me over? Don't you have anything better thing to do? Sir, you're going 92 and a 50. I don't give a shit. Don't you have something better to do? He just gets all worked up.
And we wonder why.
Yeah. We wonder why people get pulled out of their car.
So what other hunting trips you got going on, Jimbo?
We'll be back. Going to La Mesa in December. Shoot cranes again. That was fun. Been to Missouri. Went to North Dakota. Had a great time in North Dakota. That trip is a special trip. Every year, got a great relationship with a farmer up there, and leave my trailer and good group of guys, and took the gunner crew. Addison and Luke went with me this year. Really cool story. You know, Addison is founder of Gunner, and I knew Addison when he first started. So when Addison first built his kennel, you know, he was, I think, right out of college. He drew a picture, and if you go back and you look at the Gunner story online, you can see he drew it on a sheet of paper. And on that sheet of paper, he had this roto-molded style cooler, and on the top of the cooler was the Ducks Unlimited logo. And he said that when he was designing this cooler, he always envisioned that Ducks Unlimited would be a part of Gunner somehow. And so,
was it a kennel or a cooler?
A kennel.
Okay.
Did I say cooler?
Yeah.
Sorry. The Gunner kennel. So the kennel, he's got this drawing. He's got all these things written out, and then he made this goal board. And this is years ago. And he has a goal board, and there's all kinds of things on the goal, and he talks about it in the 10-year anniversary of it. But so when I met Aston, it was 2015, just getting started. He was hitting the road, and he was just going to different sporting goods stores selling, a $500 kennel. And
that's not an easy sell.
It wasn't. And so I told him one day, I said, hey, when you get a couple, I had Slate, my lab at the time was 3 years old and was traveling around in, regular Playmate, Pet Mate, whatever it was, cooler or kennel. And I said, hey, whenever you get your next shipment in, I'd love to buy one from you. And he said, hey, look, why don't you just give me, you can take this one. And it was the number 3 kennel. Ooh. And it was Gunner's kennel at the time. It was his show kennel, and then Gunner had scratched it a little bit. It was getting a little worn, and so he had a shipment of new ones coming, and he's like, look, I'm going back to Nashville, and I'll grab a new one to be the show kennel. You just take this one. And I was, regional director at the time, and so I paid him for it. I don't even remember what I paid him for. It wasn't retail, but gave him some money, and he gave me some orange straps, and I laughed. I was like, my God, these orange straps in the back of and I had a truck at the time, and I was riding around putting on events all over West Tennessee, and man, everybody was asking about it because he had kind of put it out on social media a little bit. People had heard about the kennel and rode around with it, and I still have that kennel today. A buddy of mine actually has it right now. He's borrowing it, but I told Aston I was going to give it back to him and trade him out for a new one because that kennel does not have the Gunner logo on top. It doesn't have the windows in the back. It's got some features that they've obviously changed and upgraded and made a lot better now. So, and that was year one. So to be in North Dakota with Addison and Luke and get to hear him tell, they sat in the back of an old pickup truck our farmer has up there in North Dakota, and he talked about 10 years and what Gunner's meant to him and kind of, Gunner's passed away and now he has a new dog, Chevy, kind of what Gunner meant, and that he really thought when Gunner passed, he would lose the drive for Gunner Kennel. And he said he's more passionate about it now and watching Chevy do his thing now. But it's an incredible story. So having them up there was a lot of fun. They're launching a new vest, a dog vest. And so they did all the shots for that up there, and he got to tell the 10-year history up there. And so having them up there was a lot of fun, just something different. We don't normally take dogs to North Dakota, so it made me really lazy.
I tell you what, that's cool. It's an American story, though, and it's only in America. I mean, there's other places, but America where you can make a living making a dog kennel. Mm-hmm. I mean, you think about just all the different things that you can do in our country to make a living, and making a living, a good living, selling dog kennels.
And Addison is extremely passionate, and his, they're a corporate partner for ours, and at the end of last season, Luke Moore and I, who's left Gunner now, took another job, got a big offer job at another company, but Luke is still kind of involved with Gunner doing certain things, and Luke and I became friends and got to do a project with them. And what was really cool is we built an exclusive dog kennel for our Ducks Unlimited events, and so it's a 2-tone kennel. But what was neat about the whole process was they've got a guy. I cannot remember his name right now. Anyways, he does research and development. He also does anything. And I gave him all these visions, and Luke and I talked about, hey, what do we want this kennel to look? And I said, it's cool if we could like number them on the kennel, but then something that people could keep, and so he made a leather band. He made every one of these, handmade them in their shop in Nashville. And he got bands, and he got all the bands with a number. It says Gunner Ducks Unlimited 001 of 500. And so they put the band on this leather strap, and each kennel comes with that band and that leather strap on it. And at the bottom, it says built exclusively for Ducks Unlimited. But we're selling them across the country. The only way you can get them is through DU events. and it was a fun process. But it was really cool because a lot of the things they did were handmade in their store. A lot of the little nuances that made that kennel exclusive to DU, they did inside of the store. And like you said, I mean, it's made in America and made by people. 500 of those things in the back of their shop there in Nashville, and it means a lot to somebody. So Addison gave me, they made 3 001s. Addison has one and I have one. And then the first kennel went out. I don't even know where it went. I think Wisconsin.
That's
first
pretty
kennel.
Cool.
So
you know what? People that I'm going to tell you to everybody, if you're starting a new business in the waterfowl world or whatever you're in, and you're just starting your business, hold on to some of the stuff around your office, the things that you don't think much of right now. Because 10, 20, 30, 40 years down the road, you're going to appreciate anything that's a throwback of what you had before. I don't care if it's a brochure, a business card, the first product you made, part of the first product you made, because 40 years from now, you're going to look back at that and you're going to really appreciate where you come from.
Well, I mean, you watch Addison, go watch that video. It's on YouTube. It's about 3 or 4 minutes video, but you can see his goal board, and it's the goal board that he made in 2012 in the history and the timeline, but he still has that exact same goal board that he's still working off of today.
And that's a great thing. You need something from your past. My cabinet space in there, I've got a brochure of ours from 1993 or 94. Well, luckily I have just one there. I probably threw a shitload of them away.
Right.
But I'm glad that I found one. You can't replicate that.
I have some programs. In my office now in Memphis that at headquarters that are some of my first events and some of the stuff from 75th anniversary year. I started as a regional director in 2010, and I have programs and different things that kind of meant a lot to me along the way. A handwritten note that a area chairman gave me, probably my third event as a regional director, young, 24 years old, and still trying to find my way through it. And one of the guests that's here this weekend, Sean Lloyd, Sean's chapter in Dexter, Missouri, the Dexter Greenheads. It's kind of special having him here because he was one of my first area chairmen when I was really getting going, and one of the first guys I ever went to North Dakota with. And he was a group, Darren Burnett, Mike Wilburn, and Sean Lloyd, who's here this weekend, who I didn't even know was coming, but met you at DUX.
Yes.
Full circle moment. Met you at DUX, and you said, hey, I got a spot open. He called you when he got home, and he booked this trip. Came out here by himself. But I saw Sean at DUX, and just, getting to talk to him again. And I told, Cam Williams, like I told you, and I told Cam on the way up here, like, this is what the industry is all about, is the friends you make. Mm-hmm. It's a full circle moment. No matter when you see somebody or when you see them again, wherever you are, you have a connection. Waterfowling, the passion, the industry is a great industry to be in. But even if you're a volunteer for DU, to me, I consider those people part of the industry because they've given a lot of their own time to this industry, to waterfowl and to waterfowl conservation through Ducks Unlimited events. Those people mean, a lot more to me than others. And to have him here and get to hear him talk about the way they hunted this morning. They were on the X this morning, apparently.
I think their guide was just better.
Well,
I think that's what it is.
If he wouldn't have been there, we'd have shot more because we had some really getting low, and then they shot.
But, yeah, that is true. They screwed us a couple times.
And the Hearts are pretty good shots. So I'm going to ask you a question about events.
No, they screwed us. We had some birds working.
And they shot?
Yeah.
They were a mile or two away. So, anyways, we had 3 groups out today. We had 2 groups had really good hunts, and y'all had a mediocre.
And then there was Andy and Jose.
Yeah,
but we had fun in the blind.
You and snacks. What'd y'all tell me? Y'all were sandbagging so you could have first pick tomorrow.
Yesterday, so it's like.
Well, we had a goose laid in the decoys that Andy and I. We may have shot at and missed, but
but he told me so. We're sandbagging here.
It's just like there's days. It's like a draft. There's days when you're scouting and it's like this is a slam dunk #1 pick. And there's other days where you're just like, maybe we'll boot this one.
Which field pick did you have this morning?
Well, I had first.
Okay, there you go.
But it wasn't a slam dunk kind of a deal. It's like, you take Shadur with the first pick, or what do? So you gotta play all these things in.
The third pick had the X.
Sometimes you gotta take a step back, let things build up, and then
it's a long game, Jeff.
It's a long game. A long game.
Jeff knew which one was the X today.
Really?
We had 7 fields with birds, but the third pick picked the best spot to go. He did.
Humbly disagree.
No, I didn't. I told him last night.
Humbly disagree.
Okay, well, tonight I'll tell you the same thing.
So tonight, tell me which one I need to go to.
You've been doing this long enough that you ought to be able to know.
Hey, wait a minute.
Since you're so
I only
smart.
get 3 days out here. Will you tell me in my ear? Text me, okay?
Tell Andy which one to pick tonight.
Yeah.
But the third pick, Nolan had second pick, and he took what his. I thought,
Well, okay.
and
So
then
my
Jed
thinking.
then said, Jed goes, we'll take that one. I said, that's the best field. I think.
Well, my thinking is to go to the one that I watched the birds load up in this morning. Is where I was thinking first pick was.
For tomorrow?
Yes. I don't get to scout in the morning. So you're like Monday morning quarterback, and me. He goes.
No.
He burns down the roads in the mornings, and he's like, "Yo, it's a dumb."
I
that
burned
was a
down the
dumb
roads.
pick."
I'm scouting for us. I didn't say it was a dumb
Yeah, it was a
pick.
dumb
All
pick.
3 places were a good hunt.
But that's
And
what
I
I'm
also-
saying. I don't have the. I'm not privy to the information from the morning because I'm out there slaving away for the man.
I also told him too. I said Andy is going to go exactly where you went. I knew it was going to happen. I knew that right off the bat. I knew the first pick, the third field was the first pick. I thought all 3 picks were good. There was nothing wrong with it
Obviously
at all.
not.
Well,
Obviously had a problem with mine.
Hold on.
The wind also did like a lot of shit.
The wind screwed us also too, and then the birds racked up northeast of y'all a little bit.
South.
No, they had northeast too, but the south was really loaded with you.
Oh,
Now-
so I was in the middle of 2 feeds.
Yes.
It's amazing that I even did what I did.
No, it's not.
It's
you weren't in the
amazing
middle
I-
of 2 feeds. The first pick tomorrow morning.
The first, the field was straight south of me, loaded up. I didn't see half the birds I
Do you
saw
want me
the
to tell
night
you
before.
me scouting what the fields are?
Please do. That's part of your job. I figured
Okay.
you'd pass this information. You just scouting to keep the information in your own head.
The south field, North Winchester, is number 1 tomorrow morning. The second field, south of you, is number 2.
Oh, so not the field. So here's what's going to happen though. So
I'm going to scout tonight, and
No.
I'm telling you right now what I'm telling you. The first pick is the south field, the big double pivot. I'm not going to say the last name of the people. It's the south field,
Okay.
right south of where Nolan hunted
Okay.
today. That's going to be the number 1 pick tonight for tomorrow. That's going to be the number 1 field tomorrow. The number 2 field is going to be the one south of you.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's the problem as a guide. I had 12 swinging dicks out there, and we watched that field load up for 3 hours. If I take them anywhere other than that field that they didn't see load up with their own eyes, and we go and shit the bed tomorrow, they're going to be like, should have gone to that field that was loaded.
That field
that we saw.
That field was loaded. Will not have a bird in it tonight, I bet.
I'm not taking that bet.
I think they're going to. I think they're going to go to the other field south of there.
No, they're
problem
gonna go
is
to the field
we
that I was in today.
We got 25 fields right now with tons of food in them, and there's no weather to make them feed anyways. They're not feeding at all hardly. They fly and they go practice and they land. They fly, practice, and land. Fly, practice, and land. That's what they're going to do tonight too. My deal is the first pick I said will be for number 1. That will be the number 2 because we'll kill birds out of it because somebody's going to hunt it. And then the third field will probably be north where Nolan hunted.
And
it.
John the Greek is going to be like, I told you we should have gone to that one field.
Well, then that's where you'll go. No,
I'm not going to go there if it's not the number 1 pick.
I don't think it will be. I'll tell you after we
I
scout.
want Andrew Luck.
But after I scout tonight, I have a feeling that the other field is going to be the number 1 pick. But I'm going to let you pick for yourself. You're a big boy.
No,
I'm not picking.
going to that. I'm going to the south field.
Nobody ever listens to me anyways.
I'm going to the
now,
south field.
My question about fundraising and going to events is
That's a hard shift.
this is what I wanted to ask him about. I can argue with you about birds all the time. You're not going to listen anyways. Do you?
I'm going to the south field. I'm going to take my L, and I'm going to be told
Okay.
I'm a dumbass.
Do you? What's the most unusual thing you've ever seen auctioned off at auction?
Most unusual. Oh, well,
Like a guy in Wichita Falls used to auction off a lobster bake every year.
Well,
in Wichita
I mean,
Falls,
that's-
but for West Texas, that's not. But he was from Maine, so he'd have the Maine. You'd buy for 20 people, and he'd have people, and he'd come to wherever you're at, and he would do a lobster bake. That's not unusual, but in West Texas, it is different. But what is something like really weird that you've ever seen? That's
at a
been
Ducks
like-
Unlimited event?
Yeah.
Well, there was an event that sold. So this old lady, I think 97,
That's pretty old.
was she did the catering. So she would cook in her kitchen. She did most of the cooking, and then she had a staff that would take it to the event. She never came to the event, but she would bake. And this event was 200 people. But so the night before, she would prepare and bake all these pies and strawberry cake. And then she'd sell them. They'd sell like 2 of them. They'd sell for $3,000. Not the most unusual, but a D event selling a pie, kind of odd. Okay. A load of gravel.
A load of gravel.
I've seen that kind of stuff because West Texas.
Right. Was always odd to me. But the area chairman's tie, they'd cut his tie off every year
So
and
what?
sell it.
What is
$600-700.
What's the highest thing you ever seen go for? Just a regular auction, not under the vault. Just a regular auction that you were like shocked.
I saw that Farmers Make It Happen sign that you hung behind the Dirty Duck Coffee in there, it sold for $5,000 Thursday night.
Wow. They say it's a hot commodity because I put that on my Instagram and there was a bunch of comments on there.
Well, there's not a lot of them.
No, but there was a lot of comments about the ones that people had seen were going for big bucks.
Yeah. We had a Wyoming trip that was it was not during ski season. It was during the off season. And it was a guy that owned an apartment in downtown Jackson Hole above the bank. And it sold for $27,000
Lord.
for like a week.
I was there for 2 days and that was enough.
Well, I mean, the people knew whose place it was. I mean,
That's a beautiful place in that town where that bank is. It's a beautiful that whole square. That's a beautiful place.
yeah. So that's high, but I mean, I've seen firearms sell for $12,000-15,000, but it's all about David Schusler and Tim Farrington and I talk about this all the time. Is there's also a culture, right? Yeah. So depending on where you are, there's different cultures and different things sell for different amounts of money based on where you are. And live auctions are huge in the South. They're huge in Texas. Live auctions are not big up north. So they don't do big live auctions.
So Manhattan doesn't have a duck.
No, they do, but like I'm Minnesota.
What is that, like a silent auction type thing?
Raffles.
Raffles?
Raffles are huge up there.
Oh, they love a raffle
They
and
do.
a casserole.
Yep. They're not called casseroles. They're called hot dish. Yeah.
Give them a raffle and a hot dish meal, and
so
they're there.
huge. So they're not big on the live auction. So, but live auctions in Texas, live auctions are king.
Does Manhattan there's a DU in Manhattan,
Downtown New York.
Is that a big money thing, or is it just kind of some good old boys that like to hunt a little bit that hang out that are transplants?
It is. I mean, it's 400 or 500 people, but
that's a big.
It's not. I mean, when you say a bunch of money, it's $200,000.
I don't know what an average DU, but if
I mean,
it's 400
that's
people
really
there,
high. But you would think downtown
Manhattan
would be
2 million.
So this past Thursday night, North Carolina State University, the Wolfpack, they're 2-time national university champions. They've won the fundraising the last 2 years, maybe the last 3. Anyways, they had their big dinner event. They raised $500,000.
Which college kids? I'm assuming it's not just college kids. Though.
They sell the culture they've created. And I'm going to piss a bunch of North Carolina State Wolfpack fans off right now, but I'm going to go there. Their basketball team's horrible. Their football team's bad. Their baseball team, I don't know. They're not any good either.
Yeah, I can see where you're pissing them off.
So, to a lot of those, so some of them, the pride is in their Ducks Unlimited chapter.
This is their Super Bowl.
It is, and so the students take unbelievable pride in their event. They'll have 140 committee members. I mean, you look at their picture, and it's the picture. We have to do it in panoramic. I mean, like,
does that translate into them being big active members of DU when they get out of college?
North Carolina State. We have a lot of employees from there that have graduated.
But no, I'm not talking about working for y'all. I'm talking about that translates into being active in Ducks Unlimited in their own chapters and moving on. Because I'm assuming once you get out of college, you get kicked out of the DU chapter there, right?
Yep.
And so then you go and you start one in Durham or wherever.
And most of them join chapters. And part of Justin Aycock is our manager of youth programs, and one of the things that him and I have kind of debated recently is there seems to be a slight gap, right, between the time students graduate college and when they get involved in an adult chapter. And I say an adult chapter, just a local chapter.
It's probably more social time when you're in college.
It is, but I don't understand. To me, it's like momentum, right? You've just come off, raising that much money. You graduate. You may go find a job somewhere else, and you're trying to find something to do. And to most in most towns or most cities, the common denominator would be, hey, I'm going to get up with my DU chapter and at least meet some local outdoorsmen, right? but there is a little bit of a gap there. It seems they kind of go away for 2, 3, 4 years and they come back to us and get on their local chapters. Now, some, depending on where you live, like there's plenty of examples of, somebody that goes to the University of Memphis that I know that's on that chapter, graduates, and then I immediately am able to plug them in if they stay locally. But if they move off, it seems. And in North Carolina, Andrew Williams, the chairman or the regional director there, he went to North Carolina State. He is from that town locally. So if they leave and move to another place in his region, it's easy to get them plugged in, and he does get them plugged in. But it's kind of like if you stay locally to where you are involved in the college chapter, yeah. But if you leave and move off, sometimes it seems to be a little bit of a gap that we're trying to figure out of how we can get these kids. And a lot of it is, how do we get in touch with them? How do we know where they move? Right. Those are the kind of things that my team, at DU is trying to constantly work on and improve. Is how do we get? You would say, okay, well, yeah, we have their cell phone number. Well, we can't text them, right? That's the hardest thing to do. You got to be able to, you got to know where they move to send them a text and say, hey, see, you're living in Knox City, Texas now. You want to get involved in the Big Honker chapter? I mean, It's not easy to do.
Yeah.
The demographics in DU has really changed because back in the day when you went to a DU deal, the only women there were selling raffle tickets. And nowadays, you see a lot more women.
Raffle
involved.
associates.
Fancy feathers is what they call them in Texas. And that lady has done a really good job of recruiting beautiful women to sell lots of raffle tickets. But now when you go, you see a lot of women there. A big portion of the people there are women now. Husband and wives. Mike Nelson and his wife are big in DU.
Oh, yeah.
And Bonnie and him go everywhere.
Yeah, but I see them at National Convention every year.
Great people.
He's got a lot of good hunting stories.
Yeah, we went at dinner with him and Bonnie, me and Michelle and Payne did. And we went, Payne got out of the Army in Washington. Matter of fact, I invited him to come this hunt. He's coming next year on this.
That's how and that's another story, right? He knew me from being on the show at some point. And when I was at National Convention in Vegas, my first convention after taking my new role at DU, he walked up to me and we started talking about the podcast and talking about hunting, and he was asking me questions and things that I talked about. And now I see him every year and we communicate, through social media.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, he really is. He sends me pictures of his hunts. I'm jealous. He lives in a beautiful part of the world. And Washington's beautiful.
Do you think that some of the problem with the college kids is like once they get out, they kind of are trying to figure out what their new routine is?
Absolutely.
Like where does my time go now?
And I think it's also, most of them think too, it seems, if the ones that are involved in colleges, am I going to try to get a job?
Right.
Or am I going to go, and get a master's or
right.
And so I think some of them when they start, postgraduate school, they think they're too old or they don't get involved. But we do have one law school. Mississippi College of Law has a chapter. They raise $70,000-$80,000 a year as a chapter. They're incredible. And so there are some they're the only postgraduate law school chapter that I know of. I think they're the only ones we have, but common denominators, waterfowl hunting and passion for the outdoors. But if you look at third term, talk about the demographics changing to DU, you look at third term, I bet it's, and I may be wrong, but I bet it's 55-45 or even 60-40 women to men.
Women to men.
It's almost split 50-50. And a lot of times you'll see 3 girls or 2 girls and 2 guys from a chapter, and and there's a lot of female chairmen in college. Mm-hmm. And and now in my role in DU, I'm in the office in Memphis, and so I see new orientation, new employee things, and I've seen. We had a girl the other day that was just hired as a director of development in Louisiana that graduated from LSU. She was a chairman at LSU. Saw her, she came by the office and said, "Hey, congratulations. We just hired another girl that was on the Clemson chapter. She just got hired. She graduates in December and is going to start working for us in January. And she came to third term, and she actually interned for us this past summer, was heavily involved in DUX and Lily Westerhold. And she was in the booth. And Kate Godfrey worked for us. She did an internship, and she did a 6-month-long internship, actually 7-month-long internship, and she was on the Oklahoma State chapter. So there's a lot of students that are involved, and a lot of them are ladies and guys. So it's a The demographics, you're right, have kind of come full circle.
What a cool place to work, though, man. Just everything.
Where do my Red Raiders rank in colleges?
I don't know. They're good.
73rd. I saw the stat earlier.
Currently, they're like number what?
6 in football, but I didn't know.
Well, it's just,
Second best in Texas right now.
Yeah, behind A&M.
No, it was not.
Where's Texas?
Probably about number 17 or 18 now.
I did not see where they
Did that
fell.
come out tomorrow? It's
No, it
Monday.
came out today. Texas.
No,
up to
playoffs
6.
come out tonight. Well, no, what's today? Monday?
Yeah.
They come out tomorrow.
I thought it was Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tech is ranked. Or,
The AP poll comes out on Sunday. Ole Miss is 5-1 and 6 and another.
they have a really good team too. They could win it all.
Yeah.
There's like 6 or 8 teams that have a legit.
This one
chance.
hasn't updated. Tech is still number 6 on this one. But
That's what they are. They're ranked 6 right now.
not with the new rankings.
Yeah, they are.
We'll
They're
go
6.
up.
That is the new
We'll
ranking.
go up.
They were 8. Now they're 6.
No, the
No,
college
they were
football,
6.
The college football playoff rankings, what everybody looks at right now, they will.
Yeah, Ole Miss is 7.
Yeah, that'll come out tomorrow night. Because the AP had Ole Miss 6, Texas Tech 7, and then
we talked about this scouting yesterday. There's going to be some good teams left out. I mean, you're talking Oklahoma may not get in. They've got a good football team.
I could care less about the college football playoffs right now. I mean, I'm really excited that I really hope Ole Miss does. All I care about right now is that Lane Kiffin signs the contract to stay at Ole Miss.
He would be a fool to go to LSU.
He's not going to LSU.
And he's a fool to go to Florida.
Well, that's
Because both of those jobs
I think
are
it's
going to kick
personal.
you to the deal real quick if you don't make it. So he's got a good place. If he stays at Hotty Toddy and he wins 9 games every year, he's going to have a job.
Oh, yeah.
You go to LSU and you win 9 games 3 years in a row, they're going to fire your ass because they think you should be better than that. The new here's the new rankings right now. A&M got a first place vote even. Iowa got 8 first place votes, and OSU is 1, 2, and 3.
What?
Georgia's 4th.
Iowa.
Indiana, I'm sorry. Indiana's number 2.
He's getting old.
Georgia's 4th. Ole Miss is 5. Oregon's 6. Texas Tech is 6. They're tied. Both of them.
Yep, I saw that.
OU's up to 8. Notre Dame's 9. Alabama's 10. Vandy's 12. Texas is 17. USC's 16.
Is that the AP?
Tennessee's 20. Yes. Now, in the coaches poll, it's basically the same, except Tech is 7 and Ole Miss is 6 in the coaches poll.
Yeah.
And Texas A&M and OSU are the only ones in the coaches poll to get a first place deal. Texas is 18. So anyways,
A&M's good.
Yeah, A&M's
what
got a
they
great
did
football
Saturday,
team. They came out. They played the second half. But who are you going to kick out of the playoffs right now? You got A&M, Georgia, Ole Miss, Alabama, and Oklahoma. All 5 of them are top 12 teams in the country.
well, Ole Miss is sitting in the driver's seat because they're not going to play in the SEC championship.
That's perfect because you're
I know.
automatically getting in.
Right. Yep.
Texas had that last year, and it was a perfect thing to happen.
Yep.
So Ole Miss is in.
If
So-
they beat State.
And they will. But you're going to have 5 teams in the top 12. You got to take Ohio State, and you got to take Indiana, and probably Oregon. So that's 3 in the Big 12, and then you got 5 from the SEC. That's 8. You got Tech and Notre Dame. That's 10. Who's the ACC school? And then you got the Power 5
Pitt?
school. That I don't know who it's going to be. No, they got beat the other night.
Oh, that's right.
Is it South Florida? Is it
Louisville.
North Texas?
No, Louisville lost. Clemson beat
Okay.
Louisville.
Is it North Texas?
Well, I mean, that would be out of the Big 5, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. That one changes every week. It was Memphis, then it was South Florida. Now I don't know who it is.
It might be North Texas. But I'm saying it goes all. It's just so screwed up. Right
What if
now,
Tech loses the Big 12 championship? They're out.
they're still in, I think.
They have one loss?
Yeah.
Yeah, they lost to Arizona State.
I think they still would be in. Right now,
so you would take 2 from the Big 12, BYU and Tech? If BYU, because it's going to be the Big 12 championship,
Yeah,
right?
but they already beat BYU once. I think they would get in. Well, no, then BYU. I don't know. That could be a screwed up deal because I don't think 2 lost Tech teams getting in. Okay, here we got.
That's what's going to happen.
In the Big 5 schools, James Madison is 9-1, ranked 22nd. North Texas is 9-1, ranked 23, and Tulane is 25, ranked 8.
Isn't that James Madison? Isn't that amazing? They were a FCS school.
Didn't they
when
just-
I was at Wofford playing, James Madison, South Dakota State, Richmond, App State, Wofford. I mean, we played. We made the playoffs, but I mean, James Madison was a powerhouse in FCS. Now they're a power. I mean, they're in the top 25 in FBS.
Here's right now based on ESPN's.
You
Right
got
now,
those things on you.
Ohio State is ranked number 1, Indiana 2, A&M 3, and Alabama 4. That's the seeds. They still have Alabama ranked as the 4th seed, thinking they're going to win the SEC. They've got Oregon going to Tech. Winner plays Ohio State. Memphis. This has to be last week's. There's no way that can't be right.
Because Memphis lost again.
Yeah, that can't be right. We'll go to CBS Sports and see what they've got down.
I've got it right here.
Go to the college bowl projections.
I don't have that.
Well, of course you don't.
You didn't tell me to get that. Bowl projections?
Bowl projections.
Okay. You said you want CBS or
Yeah,
ESPN?
Put that up on the screen. CBS Sports bowl projections.
Here you go.
Okay, there we go, right there. Ohio State 1, A&M 2, Indiana 3. Now, I don't know how that's going to work because Ohio State and Indiana are going to play, aren't they, in the Big Ten Championship? So one of them's not going to be in the top 4, and then Georgia's 4. You got Tech versus North Texas,
Hell yeah.
Alabama at Georgia Tech, Ole Miss at Notre Dame, Oregon at Oklahoma. I'm going to tell you what, Ole Miss and Notre Dame ain't no easy game.
Well, no, it'd be Ole Miss. Notre Dame would be at Ole Miss.
Yes.
If we could get North Texas.
If we
that
could get
would
Notre
be-
Dame.
That would be phenomenal.
You don't want Notre Dame, I don't think. I think Notre Dame's going to surprise some people. They got good team.
Listen, my grandfather graduated from Notre Dame.
Here we go. The
I like
anti-Notre
Notre
Dame
Dame.
stuff.
No, but how are you a 0-2 team and still in top 25?
They're not 0-2.
They were.
Because they got beat at A&M. Who's
But nobody knew Mike Elko was going to do at A&M what he did. You got to think the top 4 to start the season. Top 4 teams, they're not even in the top 25. Texas is back, but they weren't for a while. But no other 0-2 team could stay in the top 25. That's just, and I like Notre Dame. I pull for Notre Dame.
I can tell.
But it's just there's the luck of the Irish.
So you don't think they're a top 10 team now?
0-2.
Do you not think they're a top 10 team now?
Notre Dame?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
You don't think they're a top 10 team now?
No.
Well, you don't? Why?
They don't play anybody. They just played Navy.
Navy just beat somebody else. They're
just
good.
played Pitt.
Notre Dame's good. They played Pitt, who was
No,
ranked.
I know that.
In
but
Pitt.
It was Navy.
in Pitt. Look at Notre Dame, who they played. They got beat by Miami, who was a top 5 team when they got beat, or 10 team. They got beat by A&M in the road, both games, in the rain both times. Notre Dame's got a legit football team.
I don't disagree now, but at the time they were 0-2 and still in the top 25. That's
They're-
really hard to do.
Well, they're a good football team.
Yep.
But anyways, they are. They're not going to be an easy win for somebody in the playoffs, I don't think.
Well, there we go. It looks like they're going to be potentially.
Well, it's all going to change with the SEC championships and all that stuff. And
We know
everything
some
else.
people are saying this is going to be Alabama at Ole Miss.
They lost to Miami, lost to A&M.
Yeah, 41-40 to A&M in College Station.
No, at Notre Dame.
I mean, no, that game was at A&M.
You sure? You sure
Yes.
it wasn't neutral?
No, it wasn't neutral. It was at A&M.
Purdue, Arkansas, Boise State, North Carolina State, USC, Boston College.
Okay,
Navy.
USC is going to maybe play in the. USC beats Oregon this week. They're going to be in the SEC. No, they won't be in the Big Ten championship, but they're a potential playoff team.
Yeah.
They're wearing blue, Jeff. It looks like they were in Notre Dame.
I don't want to argue with you, but I think they played at A&M. They just changed their jerseys up, Andy, and it don't mean nothing. Anyways,
We'll
you look
click
at their
on this little
schedule.
button,
And we get a
and
Walmart
we get a
ad.
Walmart ad. But I'm telling you,
There's people out there right now
Indiana.
that are pulling for Andy to be right so bad, and there are people pulling for me to be right now.
Why? Because they
Well,
don't
when we
like
get through this
Notre Dame?
Barbie commercial here.
Yeah.
Because they don't like Notre Dame. I got nothing against Notre Dame. I just don't. It looks
That's
a
at
lot like Notre Dame.
Okay,
Jeff.
well, they played at Notre Dame. Anyways, they got beat 41-40 by there. Go back to their schedule. They beat USC. They beat Pitt. Both are ranked. I mean, and Navy's was in the question earlier. They thought they were going to be one of the playoff teams. They're not a bad football team. I'm telling you, at all. And they got a true freshman quarterback.
I do like Marcus Freeman.
And their coach is really, really good. And I'm glad he's staying there, not going to be stupid and take the LSU job either.
So who's going to take the LSU job? Somebody's got to take it.
Somebody that's got a death wish, because if you don't win very long in 2 years, they're going to get rid of your ass.
Well, we keep saying that Tulane coach potentially.
Yeah. Where's
I heard
Oregon
Saban.
going now? I saw where he was going to go to
Who?
Oregon. Oh, Coach O.
Coach
Oh,
O.
Orgeron?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I saw where he's getting a job somewhere.
Listening to him talk about trying to get Adrian Peterson to USC is the best. because Adrian Peterson's dad was in prison at the time, and he wanted to watch his son play college ball, so he could watch the game at OU because they'd get it on TV. Coach O tried to pull strings and get his dad moved from Texas, where he was in prison, to California so that he could watch. He's like, I was close, but I couldn't get it done.
I did not know that. That is a great
prisoner
story.
for 4 years, please.
Adrian Peterson said he wanted to go to USC. He was all in, and then he came back to Coach O, and he's like, hey, man, like, we got a problem. Like, if I go there, my dad can't watch me play football because he's in prison.
Well, shout out to him for even thinking that.
He said, I went to the governor. I pulled every string I could in California. He said, I couldn't do it, man.
Who was the governor at the time?
He said
Probably Schwarzenegger.
He went all the way to the top to get him moved out.
Come on.
Jerry Brown or Schwarzenegger probably in California.
He tried.
But Adrian Peterson got recruited hard by Texas, but they had Cedric Benson then. He was a number 5 pick in the
Really?
draft. And so they didn't have no spot for him. They said he could have went straight from high school to the NFL, though. They say he's that talented.
I mean,
He looks it.
yeah.
Freak.
Well,
I mean, he
it
had a
seems
long
like
career,
running backs
too.
are coming back to in the NFL.
They're starting to.
But man, I hate it when you watch them get hurt.
Yeah.
Scattaboo.
That killed me.
Man, he was good.
He was a heart for that
It was
team.
fun to watch.
They really, I mean, they've got they're a team that's right on the cusp of being a pretty good football team. They've been in every game they've been in, just about.
Well, Dart was out this week too.
Yeah, and that hurt him. He's an Ole Miss guy. There you go.
yeah.
You played wide receiver? Mm-hmm. Pussy.
I didn't like getting hit.
Well, you talking about getting hit too? That's
Yeah,
the
that's
spot you get loaded up.
wide open.
I don't know if I've ever told the story. She used to love to tell the story in front of people. But so the hardest that I ever took was at West Virginia, and we were losing 30-17. So this is probably in the third quarter, and I went in and there was a guy. One of our receivers had gotten hurt, and so I normally played slot, third down guy, and I got moved out. I was playing outside edge, and I didn't have blazing speed whatsoever, but I could catch the ball. Well, the route got called, and then I was on the backside, so I was running the drag route, and I was like the fourth option. Well, then an audible at the line of scrimmage got called. Well, guess who was running the post route? This guy.
Jimbo.
So I take off, blazing speed. I make an outside cut. The cornerback kind of feeds on it like I'm running an out route, and I take off, and there is nothing but green grass, and all I saw was navy blue and yellow because I was going to the house. Quarterback launches. Josh Carter was our quarterback time. He launches the ball to me, and I was thinking about what I was going to do when I got to the end zone.
Got ahead of yourself a little bit.
Just a little bit. And so I reach out, the ball's coming, and about the time the ball hit my hands, the backside safety, they were in cover 4, the backside safety rolled off, and he put his helmet right in my chest. And it hit me right in the chest and kind of got under my chin. Targeting wasn't a thing then.
Yeah, no.
I think I left one of my shoes out there, and that's the last thing I remember.
That was it. Lights out.
Lights out.
Did y'all play like Alabama or any other big schools?
We played South Carolina. So South Carolina is a great story. I had the week before, 2 weeks. We played.
How old are you?
I am 40.
Okay.
So
Some Tannehill days?
no,
Was he younger than that?
Tannehill.
What's the
Spurrier.
quarterback? No, what's the long haired guy? The pretty boy, Sunshine, or what was he?
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do. Jadavian Clowney was there.
Oh, he was. I figured
yeah.
he was too young for that. That's
No. So I get hurt in the first game my junior year on a fake punt. I got cut and shattered my ankle, broke it into lots of pieces. So I had surgery, and so it was the first week that I was out moving on crutches. I went to the game, went with the team. I'm crutching on the field. All of my friends, that was going to be my Super Bowl. I mean, I played in South Carolina, so when I didn't get recruited for D1, I always thought it'd be cool to go to, Memphis, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Clemson, or South Carolina. That was kind of like my dream at the time. But then I wasn't big enough, and offenses today weren't offenses.
Yeah.
The West having 20 wide receivers
Right.
on a roster wasn't big then. So the defensive coordinator at Wofford, Coach Woody, who went on to be the defensive coordinator at Georgia Tech and other places, but he went to my high school, and so he recruited me at TL Hanna to come to Wofford, and I just like the small school feel, and I love the head coach. He was a hard-nosed military guy with a lot of history and passion. So I went to Wofford. So my junior year, start the season, I was in the rotation at receiver, and we were going to Carolina, and I was so excited. And so to get hurt crushed me, but I went. So all my buddies in the stands that were at South Carolina, giving me grief. I'm crutching on the field. I'm on pain pills. I'm on cloud 9 as it is already. And so we are in the game. At halftime, it was like 13-10. I think we were 10. Yeah, it was 13-10, I think. Look it up. It's 2007 Wofford versus South Carolina.
Steve Tannehill was the long quarterback.
That's not the one I was thinking of. It was.
You were thinking of Ryan Tannehill.
You're thinking that's the guy who played for the Miami Dolphins and A&M.
And he played at A&M.
Yeah. Steve Tannehill had long hair. Looked like sunshine off of what was that show?
And then they had Garcia.
Remember the Titans.
Garcia.
Would you ask me now?
What was the score of the Wofford South Carolina game in 2007? It would have been September. I think it was like there. Anyways, we're driving. We're down, I think 13-10. I can't remember. Anyways, we have the ball with 2 minutes left to go in the game. We're driving down the field, and we are about to score. And we're going to win this game. We've driven it all the way down the field. I think we lost the game 21-17.
I'm trying to hell to find the damn thing.
Anyways.
Fucking Jeff.
Anyways, we're driving down the field, and we ran the option. And so we're
Is it an 07?
Yeah. It's been the fall of 07.
It doesn't show. It shows on playing Louisiana, Georgia, South Carolina
wait a minute.
State.
Wrong. 06.
Okay.
Junior year. Fall of 06. But we're driving down the field, and we're on like the 3-yard line.
27-20.
27-20. So we're going to tie it maybe. And anyways, and Jadeveon Clowney, we run the option, and Kevius Johnson was our running back at the time. Josh pitches it, and when he goes to
hit, isn't it?
No, that was against Michigan. When he goes to pitch it, Jadeveon Clowney lays out and tips it, and they recover the fumble. If he gets that ball, we scored, and I guess we tie the game up, or maybe they went down and kicked field goal, but we would have tied the game up.
He was a man child, too.
Oh, my God, he was huge. He's huge.
Never been the pro football player they thought he was going to be.
The hit at Michigan was pretty special.
Killed that guy just about.
I mean,
y'all made it a game because I looked up the score at halftime. It was 24-10.
24-10 at halftime.
It finished 27-20.
Yeah. So we fought back.
Held them to 3 points in the second half.
Yeah.
So did y'all play anybody else big Division Ones?
No. South Carolina and Virginia, West Virginia when I was there. They played Clemson the year before I got there.
Who was West Virginia? He was their coach.
Pat White was the quarterback.
So that was during the Dana Holgerson years?
Rich Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Green and red wristbands.
Was Chris Henry on that team?
Yes.
Yeah, he was
the backside safety that hit me played in the NFL. I don't remember anything, but his number was. But I remember the next day we got to ride home with our parents. I rode home with my parents from that game, and I remember the next day, like, years later, I was talking to my mom, and I was like, "Remember when we came home from that?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "I don't remember anything about that." Concussion protocol was there.
Yeah.
If you had a concussion, they were like, "Oh, you sit out a week."
Yeah.
But it wasn't what it is today.
Right.
No, not at all.
And it doesn't. I mean, it's 16 years ago. Like, it doesn't seem like we've come a long way in those 16 years. But I mean, we had, if you had concussion protocol, they do the fingers. Mm-hmm. What's your birthday? Do your ABCs backwards. Stuff
That's
like
pretty
that.
close. Let's go.
Yeah, you're good. Get back in.
Coach, he didn't know his alphabet before then.
We had some tough players, but the claim to fame while I was there was when App State beats Michigan at Michigan, right? The blocked. Yes. I remember where I was sitting the day it happened, and we beat App State at Wofford later that season to win the SoCon. So that was
App State was ranked in the top 25 regular after that.
Yep. And then we went to Montana State in the first round of the playoffs. It was negative 20 degrees field temperature. I had on 7 pairs of socks.
Our buddy played in that game.
I don't know if he played in that game.
Yeah, Jay, he was there then, I'm sure. What year was that?
2006.
No, that would have been 7. That was fall of 07. That was the coldest I'd ever been.
How do you even warm up for that?
Well, I wasn't. I was hurt. So I got hurt again in my senior year.
But either way,
in the spring game.
You stayed on the sidelines and freeze your
that's
ass off?
worse.
Well, so that was the thing about Coach Ayers. Probably one of the things I respected about him the most. So I came back that spring, got hurt, worked my butt off that summer again to try to come back. Came back for like 1 week in the fall and got hurt and got hit again, hurt my ankle again. And I was like, I'm not going to go through the rest of my life, with a limp. Like my ankle. And as a receiver, you have to cut. Like it's everything to you, right? If I hurt my pinky, I'd be okay. Elbow, probably still could have made it. But the ankle, my right ankle, that was bad. So I would go to the games. I was still on the team. He kept my scholarship. I stayed on the team. I helped with the videos on Sunday. I would go into the video room and help edit videos. Just, I had to do something with the football team. I mean, I got a ring. I was on the team, did everything with the team. But that field, not playing in that game and just being on the sidelines, I mean, I'm not lying with you. I wore size 10 cleats. I wore 9.5s because I wanted them really tight. I think I wore 6 or 7 pairs of Adidas socks. We were sponsored by Adidas. I had on like 3 underlayers, 2 sweatshirts. I mean, it's impossible to stay warm. Mm-hmm. It was Thanksgiving weekend.
I'd never seen that stadium before. It's a beautiful stadium with the scenery and everything.
Oh, it's amazing.
They had it on TV. They had it on
town
TV.
is Montana Stadium? Is it Billings?
I'm not sure. But they showed like an aerial shot of that stadium
because they're the Grizzlies, right? Or is that Montana?
Yes. Montana's the Grizzlies.
We play the Grizzlies.
That's
Montana, not Montana
State.
Sorry,
our buddy.
That's in Billings.
Yeah, we had a friend.
Bozeman.
We had a friend of ours that played in Oklahoma and got in a bunch of trouble, and he went to Montana, and he was.
Well, you had to then.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
In those days, you had to transfer down. You had to go to FCS to play the next year, not have to sit out. Because the quarterback from Florida was at Furman when I was there. Uh-huh. He left.
What year is that? 06 or 07?
When that was 07. First round of the playoffs.
What kind of money were you making?
Me? My scholarship was not full.
So you didn't cash in on the NIL
It was
deal.
$52,000 to go to Wofford.
Wow.
I think I had. Lord. I don't remember what my scholarship. I mean, I had other money, right? I mean, that's how they did it there. You got $30,000 scholarship, and then you get $10,000 in this grant and $5,000 in that grant. Then my parents had. I had a student loan, a very small student loan that my dad made me take out for the rest. But I mean, we were small. We didn't have a big football budget, so the scholarship athletes went to the starting running backs and the quarterbacks and linebackers. And
JD was on that team. He was offensive guard. He was All-American at Oklahoma. He was a college All-American, high school All-American. Went there. He was on that team. They won a couple national championships.
So then we came back after beating them. The next week played Richmond at home and lost the Spiders.
Y'all beat Montana?
Mm-hmm.
I beat them. I thought they won the national championship.
Let me tell you,
that year.
I fucked up my toe a couple weeks ago. I will never make fun of anybody with turf toe ever again. It's miserable. You can't walk. You can't run. Like hauling decoys out in the sand is miserable.
How long do you think until that goes away?
Is miserable.
You're gonna keep that thing's gonna be with you as long as you're doing jiu-jitsu.
I mean,
how are you gonna keep people from bumping into it?
I'm 2 weeks out, and it's just now getting to where I can bend it a little bit. So I couldn't imagine. Like I said, I've always like Joe Burrow, like he's out for the year, whatever, with turf toe. I'm like, pussy.
Well,
it's a toe.
So I have always thought of myself as invincible.
Yeah.
Right. Always I work out. But I work out so that I can eat what I want. But I mean, I stay in shape. I run. I go to classes. Blah blah blah. But I have been fighting this calf injury for a long time, and Schuessler always tells me like, because I'll give him grief. He'll be like, my back hurts. And it's been hurting for 2 weeks. I'm like, why? Like, go stretch. Like, get back in the gym. And he was like, just wait till you turn 40. It starts to go. Then when you turn 50, it's even worse. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm fine. I turned 40. I can't get rid of this calf injury. And it is. And Mary Morgan has given me ungodly grief about it because I'll go and run, and I can't stand not to work out or do something, 4 or 5 days a week. And so I've tried everything. I told you last night, I got the compression therapy. I've been in compression therapy on the legs to try to get it. I've been wearing copper sleeves on it. I've taken a week and a half off, took 2 weeks off, came back, and when I get to run again, it comes back. And so I think when I get back, I'm going to try dry needling again, which I did when I tore my calf 4 years ago.
What's dry needling?
So dry needling is basically where they take the spot where the injury is. So I strained my calf. I didn't tear it all the way. I strained it really bad. And so they would take needles and they put them in the spot where the injury happens. And then they attach like the electric pulse to it, and it shocks the spot. But what the needles do is it causes trauma to that spot, which brings a lot of blood
Make it
pressure,
heal?
which helps it heal faster. It was amazing.
Dry needling.
Dry needling.
Is that like it's not like the 10, what is it, the TENS unit? That's just like shocking.
Right. But that dry needling was life changing when I had physical therapy on my calf, and I went through that for 2 or 3 months, and it made it a lot better. So I may have to go back and try that again. But man, like these injuries now, they last a lot longer.
They do. I started taking peptides. I've got a screwed up shoulder. I started taking peptides. I only did them like a month, and then I got busy. And you got to stay consistent with them. So
The collagen peptides.
it is BPC 157.
Well, you've got I listened to that podcast when you and
Sareki.
we're talking about all that stuff. Well, first off, you have to have a physics degree to understand all the numbers, or a chemistry
really.
degree, something.
Not really.
Y'all are spouting off numbers back and forth like it was a, M12 and B12 vitamins are good and other things, but y'all are going through stuff I'd never even heard of.
It's BPC 157 and TB 500.
Oh, yeah.
And it's supposed to be good for.
Don't
for
you
muscle
agree that you have
and
to have
tendon
you need a
repair.
chemistry degree to go through all that stuff him and Sareki went through?
I get off in the weeds.
Yes,
about all
I
that
was
stuff.
lost all.
I was so confused.
Because I was like, man, maybe some of this will help my calf. And then
It
they
will.
started going. I was trying to write down numbers quick, and then I looked down. It looked like I had 6 credit card numbers on my business card.
It will, but you got to inject it in the spot. So I don't know. I don't
Shreky's a smart guy.
I don't like
Oh, yeah.
needles, so I've just been using it's like a little insulin needle, and Jesse's gotten really good at giving shots. But I don't know if I could do it in my calf. It might be. I've never had a shot in my calf, so I don't have anything to compare it to. But that might be tender.
We've got to go scout in 20 minutes.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Oh, I thought we're not scouting. I thought you already got it done.
I've got to scout.
Call me a
So
dumbass.
let me. I don't want to bring this.
Oh boy, I can
Horse.
tell who the target is on this thing. Go ahead.
I don't know. I want to beat this dead horse again, but
Here we go.
I have, in my 15 years of hunting in North Dakota, we always hunt in the morning and scout in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
I have found some bad Mamma Jamma scouts in the afternoon. And so I take new guys up there with me all the time, and they're always like, oh, that's the spot. And they get so excited at night. We found the X, found the X. I'm like, guys, I'm telling you,
That's not the X.
that may not be the X, right? But we know there's a bunch of birds feeding in this vicinity. I don't have the when I'm in North Dakota, I don't have the Papa Jeff method where you go scout for me in the mornings. But if you'd ever like to, I'll give you the weeks. You can meet me up there and just scout for me in the mornings. But
I'd probably enjoy coming up there.
you would. You really would.
Okay, what's your question you're getting at here?
So you scout. Why do you scout in the afternoons though?
Because you have to scout in the afternoons. Because
Double up, double check.
Yeah, I scout in the
I
mornings.
think it's just because the way he's always done it.
Hold on though. There's a what do you want that
Method to your madness.
Yeah, whatever it is. When
It
I
obviously doesn't work in the kitchen here.
when I scout in the morning, boy,
How
no
would you
shit.
handle that? How would this get handled at DU if this
Yeah.
is going on?
I
There
scout
a demerit system.
when I'm scouting in the morning.
Put them on a pip.
The birds ain't always where they want to be because someone's hunting in that field.
How do you know that?
You just do. Are you questioning me now too?
No, I'm just saying.
I'm not questioning.
Were y'all hunted this morning?
It's gonna have birds in it tonight.
Yes, because if you wouldn't have been hunting, hold on.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't have been hunted where you did tonight, those birds were sitting in that field south of y'all would have been right where you're sitting. Do you think that too?
Well, that's what's going to happen to us tomorrow.
Do you think that though? Okay.
No.
No, the difference is if you hunt that south field, they got to go over you to get there, and then you got them coming back if they come back
So
too.
I have an idea.
Oh,
This is what we're going to do in the morning.
I got to stay out there all day to hunt them coming back on 85-degree weather when
Tell
they're
me-
not gonna want peanuts.
Tell me what you're wanting.
So we're going to go set up where we hunted today,
No.
but then we're going to go put the A-frames in the
A-frames,
southeast field
Right.
with like 6 full bodies, and we are going to hammer them.
What I think happens is I think that those first birds come off, and then
You have a smirk.
everything after that just lands right where those birds are landing.
I would have to agree with you on some of that. We've got that's why wind's so important right now because these birds still ain't really patterning because they're not having to feed.
Right.
Okay, they just go wherever. Like today, they were sitting on a milo field that's got green. There's no milo in it. It's just green milo. They weren't even feeding. They were just sitting there because they go out and they get out and they fly and they go sit somewhere just because they feed little. But
Do geese eat bugs?
I'm sure they probably do.
Late in the year.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, but I'm wondering if there's a lot of bugs in the pond that they're the roost lake and they're just eating on bugs.
Well, they got to be eating something all day.
But those birds in the morning right now, that first hour, you got a shot still because they're not having to go feed nowhere. But after that hour hits, and like you said, they start landing a mile away or a half mile, there's nothing to knock them down. We hadn't had a cloudy day this year. They go over and they land over there and they set. And that's what they do. If you get in between, y'all today, both groups had birds north of them. So they were getting traffic back and forth. Y'all didn't get the traffic that they got.
No.
Because there wasn't a feed north of y'all. Both groups had feeds north of them that helped them. And that was an advantage that they had. Tomorrow, we're going to scout tonight. We're going to probably go to that other field to the south. That's probably where y'all are going to go, where Andy wants to go to.
No, I don't want to go there now. I don't want to go there.
Okay, well, then somebody else is going to go there. But what's going to happen is those birds tomorrow morning are going to feed right where y'all set up today. But then you're going to get them coming back because you're going to have some wind tomorrow, supposedly.
You're not going to kill them when it's 85 degrees.
Yes, you will. Both groups shot birds coming back today.
No.
We didn't.
No, but the other two groups both had birds north of them.
After they
and they
feed.
shot them when they come back.
After they feed, they're not going to want to eat.
Both of those bird groups shot multiple birds. Okay, you can put your knife out all you want to. That's what's going to happen. The reason I scout in the mornings, I scout every morning, so I know. A lot of times we go by what I see in the mornings.
Yes.
Because in the afternoon when it's hot, there's not. In the afternoons when it's hot like this, not as many birds feed anyway.
I agree. That's why I was asking, because I totally agree with scouting in the morning.
You kind of add both together. Also, we got I don't know if it's an advantage, but we've been doing this a long time. And so a lot of times we'll know a weather change is coming. Like if we get a north wind that's going to hit overnight, we may go hunt somewhere else that didn't have a lot of birds because we historically in a north
they're
wind,
going to move.
They go that way. We had two new fields today, not two new fields, but two peanut fields that haven't been hunted this year that birds were both in. I won't hunt neither one of them tomorrow, but
if they're in there,
if they go in there tonight and then tomorrow morning, we will damn sure be there on Wednesday morning. Two really good peanut fields had a lot of birds on them.
So there's nothing better than waterfowl hunting. Why? It will humble the shit out of you.
Oh yeah, Jed a couple weeks ago, Jed on Saturday, he's ready to shoot himself and go back to fucking Maryland. 2 days in a row of stellar hunts. He's on top of the world. Andy's been working their ass off the last 3 days killing birds. Today, Andy's not as cocky as he was.
I don't care.
He come in here cocky the other day. You should have seen him come in here Saturday, puffing his fucking chest out. Call me daddy is what he said.
Never said that at all.
But anyways, it is a very humbling deal.
I am at a 6 all the time. I'm not happy. I'm not sad.
What did that guy tell you the other day? Hunting with you is like hunting with a junior high principal. That is nothing complimentary about that.
I'm not.
Did he tip well?
I'm not up. I'm not down.
You know who?
I'm right in the middle.
You know why I like to hunt him and Snacks together? Snacks gives a little bit of personality to the group and lightens up a little bit with Andy's being such a tight ass. Andy probably wasn't a tight ass with all of y'all.
So this morning, Andy and Snacks were taking the cars, and they were off taking the cars, and there were geese flying, and we had two come to the decoys, and everybody was staying outside, and they're like, "Oh, we should probably get in." And well, Andy and Snacks are back, and I looked at Eric and I said, "Listen, I'm loading my gun. And if a group of 15 geese comes in this thing, I'm going to say shoot them, and then I'll tell Andy, hey, look, man, I made the call to shoot these things." And I gave the safety talk as good as I could before Andy got there.
Why were you late?
I'm going to be pissed if you don't.
Why were you late?
Because we had to cut grass and get tumbleweeds. You really only have time for one.
That's how Reese killed his first geese as a guide. Andy then was dicking her. Andy was dicking her. Andy is always late.
I'm right on time.
He's always late. Reese hit the cluck, 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 called some birds in, they shot him.
I'm right on time.
That had to be a proud dad moment.
Yeah, and I was walking in. So I saw it all, and then I saw the bird come in and saw the bird fall. I didn't really hear him calling because of the way the wind was, but yeah, it was on camera, and they said
Lexi filmed it, didn't
Reese called it in, so I was like, oh, no shit, huh? Good for you, kid.
It's awesome watching him and Jameson grow up.
Yeah.
So cool. They come back here every year, and
it's crazy how they
and
go.
I love seeing them. I love seeing them at DUX, and
it's like the customers. You see kids that are here, younger
Lily.
kids. Well, we had a kid. Yeah, Lily's getting big. Corey's daughter, Corey Lucas, is here. Tall. That's what I meant. Tall. She's tall. She's gonna be 6'2". But we had.
shout out to Cedar Run Decoys too, by the way.
Yeah. They go great new display at DU. You need to go see DU headquarters.
If you come by headquarters, that'll be a great part of the tours of DU now is that new display. He made here last year. Mm-hmm. Started talking to him about his decoys, and he made one of every species, North American species, including geese, crane. He threw in some extras. We had an emperor goose that looks unbelievable, and they're all on display. All drakes on display. Hens will be there. Come DUX.
Did they have a concert last week when he was dropping the geese off or something, or was that before?
That was at Graceland. They went.
Who played?
Steve Wilson.
He goes all the time. So they're big music. That's the guy you like.
Oh yeah, he's awesome.
He's big time.
Lily got a pick from him.
You know what's really crazy about him is that he had that video. He had Joey Bro on. Do you follow Joey Bro on Instagram?
No.
He's a karaoke dude. He's absolutely terrible. I'm saying I can't sing for shit. I'm wrong. I need to be in the karaoke business. There's him and there's another guy. And they're both terrible singers. Brody Wright or Brody something or another. They're terrible, but they got 100,000 people listen to their shit every day. I think people just make fun of them.
Well,
Stephen Wilson Jr. is
so who's coming here?
Artist.
Who's coming on the Shin Hunt?
I don't know for sure yet.
Phenomenal artist, Stephen Wilson
fun.
Jr.
Yes.
Shin Hunt's December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and I think I got 3 spots left open if anybody's interested.
Wonder if it's going to be 100 whenever they're out here.
I hope not. Not the weather, long-term weather show.
I don't know what weather
right.
you look at.
Did you look at something? Do you see different?
Have you been seeing the cold hit too?
But I see the Thanksgiving one.
Yeah, Thanksgiving is bad. They're saying like 38 degrees below normal in Oklahoma City is going to put their high at about 20 degrees for about 3 days. They're saying. I hope it's right. And here it's supposed to be like 25 degrees below normal, which would put us around freezing for a high for 3 days.
Thanksgiving's next Thursday, right?
Yep.
My weather doesn't go out that far, but it says 63 on Wednesday.
Yep. They say it's supposed to hit that night. It's supposed to be a massive one. And they say that on December 7th or 8th, there's supposed to be another massive one, and they're going to get colder. And they said December 18th is going to be really cold. I hope they're right. But there's 3 in a row that they said they can see in the Arctic. So we need it.
Man,
that would make such a
it.
great. And they say Dakota's supposed to get a bunch of snow with one of them.
Yep. That's supposed to come on that. There's supposed to be some on Thanksgiving. It's supposed to last for a long time.
All right, we got to go
I'm
scouting.
going to see it.
We got to get off here. Jimbo,
We're going riding.
Great seeing you. Jimbo's going scouting with me. All right, peace. God bless.
Well, yeah, because my scouting partner's not here.
Who's your scouting? David?
No,
Who?
Blake Poppy.
You don't need to hang out with Blake. Blake needs to get his work done.
Deer hunting this morning.
Yeah, of course, that's his problem. Boys blames it on Snacks. He's not done. Well, get off your ass and work.
And Snacks called him out on this morning. He was like, well, yeah, I would be done. But I had deer hunt this morning for an hour.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Deer time.
God bless. See you. And those deer are safe with Blake's hunting.
Yeah.
Peace.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Out.
Watch for deer.
Join your.